Stealth Wealth. Secrets to Financial Freedom. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. What if the secret to financial freedom wasn't about how much money you make, but how you quietly, strategically, and purposefully preserve and grow it? Imagine living a life where wealth is your secret weapon, not for flaunting but for securing the life you've always dreamed of. If you've ever felt the weight of financial uncertainty, the judgment of others, or the gnawing fear of missed opportunities, this book holds the answers you've been searching for. In the summer of 2008, while the world reeled from a financial meltdown, I met a man who seemed entirely unfazed by the chaos unraveling around us. Let's call him Mark. Mark didn't drive a flashy car. He didn't live in a sprawling mansion or flaunt designer clothes. In fact, if you saw him, you might mistake him for a middle school math teacher, or maybe your neighbor who always mows his lawn on Saturdays. But Mark was different. Beneath his modest exterior, he quietly managed a multi-million-dollar portfolio. No debt, no financial stress, just a carefully orchestrated symphony of investments, passive income streams, and ironclad strategies for protecting and growing his wealth. The trick, Mark told me one evening over coffee, isn't about how much you make, it's about how little attention your wealth attracts. That conversation stayed with me for years. Mark's approach was the antithesis of what we're taught about success. Where most people pursue validation through bigger houses, shinier cars, and Instagram-worthy vacations, Mark lived by an entirely different code: stealth wealth. For him, financial freedom wasn't about the outward display of affluence, it was about control, security, and freedom from judgment. And Mark isn't alone. Over the years, I've encountered countless individuals like him, professionals, entrepreneurs, and even retirees, who quietly navigate their way to financial independence while the rest of the world is busy chasing a facade of wealth. They share common fears: losing what they've built, being judged, or becoming targets of envy. But they also share something much more powerful: a playbook for financial freedom that isn't written on billboards or shouted from rooftops. It's for the professional who earns well but feels trapped in a cycle of consumption. It's for the entrepreneur whose business thrives but still fears an uncertain future. And it's for the dreamer who wants a life defined not by what others think, but by their own terms. Because at its core, financial freedom isn't about being rich, it's about being free. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Invisible Ladder to Wealth. Imagine this. A middle-aged man named Ron wins $10 million in the lottery. For a few years, he's the envy of his town. He buys a sprawling mansion, drives a new luxury car every month, and hosts lavish parties for hundreds. But 5 years later, Ron is broke, living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, and haunted by the very wealth that once defined his life. Shockingly, Ron's story isn't unique. 70% of lottery winners lose everything within 5 years. Why does this happen? Because wealth built on appearances crumbles quickly. True wealth, wealth that lasts, lies in silence. Welcome to the world of stealth wealth. Unlike the loud, flashy approach to riches that saturates social media, stealth wealth operates under the radar. It's the invisible ladder that leads to financial freedom without the weight of societal judgment, envy, or financial missteps. This is the philosophy that fuels the success of individuals like Mark, who quietly amassed millions by living modestly, investing wisely, and never letting the world dictate his definition of success. Mark didn't flaunt his success. In fact, he deliberately avoided it. The quieter your money, he often said, the louder your freedom. This book isn't about selling you dreams of overnight riches. It's about showing you how to build a fortress of financial security brick by brick, quietly, effectively, and sustainably. Stealth wealth isn't about hiding riches in secret bank accounts or stashing gold under your mattress. It's about strategic invisibility, choosing not to advertise your wealth, and using financial discipline to grow it behind the scenes. It's driving a reliable car instead of a sports car. It's living in a comfortable, modest home rather than a mansion you can't afford. It's about investing in your future instead of spending for the approval of others. The ultimate goal of stealth wealth? Freedom. Freedom from the pressures of keeping up appearances. Freedom to make choices based on your values, not societal expectations. Freedom to live the life you want. The average person believes 3 lies about wealth. 1. You have to look rich to be rich. Social media culture fuels the misconception that visible wealth equals actual success. 2. you need big risks for big rewards. People often chase high-risk investments, only to lose their savings in a poorly researched gamble. 3. Wealth means freedom to spend. In reality, financial freedom is about controlling your spending, not inflating it. These misconceptions lead to lifestyles of debt, stress, and insecurity. The louder your wealth, the harder it is to maintain. Consider the quietly wealthy, a small, elite group who've cracked the code of stealth wealth. These are the individuals who own significant assets, yet live unassuming lives. They may not look rich, but they pay off their mortgages early, own diversified, income-generating portfolios, build wealth through small, consistent actions rather than big, risky moves. These are the same people who retire early, send their kids to college debt-free, and live their later years free of financial stress, and they do it all without anyone noticing. Stealth wealth begins with a mindset shift. The first step is recognizing that wealth isn't about the money you spend, it's about the money you keep and grow. This requires a disciplined approach. 1. Spending, living below your means, even as your income grows. 2. Saving, building emergency funds and long-term savings with unwavering consistency. 3. Investing, putting your money to work in assets that quietly grow over time. In this book, you'll learn how to climb the invisible ladder to financial freedom. We'll break down the strategies of the quietly rich, from building passive income streams to protecting your wealth. We'll explore real-life stories of individuals who've embraced stealth wealth and discover the lessons they've learned along the way. By the end, you'll have a roadmap to not just accumulate wealth but to hold on to it and grow it, quietly, confidently, and sustainably. The question isn't whether you can achieve financial freedom, it's whether you're willing to embrace the quiet, disciplined path to get there. Are you ready to start climbing the invisible ladder to wealth? Chapter 2. The Wealth Mirage. Picture this: a young couple, fresh out of college, lands six-figure jobs. Within months they're leasing luxury cars, dining at exclusive restaurants, and posting it all on social media. On the surface they appear wealthy, but in reality they're living paycheck to paycheck. Every dollar they earn is funneled into maintaining the illusion of success. This is the wealth mirage, a dangerous trap where people sacrifice their financial security to project an image of affluence. In today's world, perception often outweighs reality. Social media fuels a culture of comparison, where curated images create a false narrative of success. Seeing influencers flaunt designer brands and extravagant vacations leaves many feeling the pressure to keep up. But here's the truth: most of these displays are funded by debt, not wealth. The wealth mirage isn't new, it's just more visible than ever. Throughout history, societies have equated visible symbols of success with actual prosperity. Kings wore gilded crowns, merchants built towering estates. Today, the symbols may have changed, but the human desire to project wealth remains the same. The problem with chasing appearances is that it's financially unsustainable. Consider the real costs. 1. Debt spiral. Many people go into debt to maintain an image. Credit card bills pile up, interest accrues, and they find themselves trapped. 2. Opportunity loss. Money spent on luxuries could have been invested or saved, robbing them of future financial stability. 3. Emotional strain. The stress of living beyond one's means often leads to anxiety, strained relationships, and even health issues. The wealth mirage traps people in a cycle of spending, debt, and stress, all to maintain an image that ultimately brings them no closer to financial freedom. Now consider those who practice stealth wealth. They may not wear the latest designer clothes or flaunt flashy cars, but their bank accounts, investments, and peace of mind tell a different story. They understand a fundamental truth: true wealth doesn't seek validation. One such individual, Emily, worked as an IT consultant. Her colleagues drove luxury cars and boasted about their vacations to exotic locations. Emily, however, drove a reliable used car and quietly maxed out her 401k contributions. She avoided unnecessary expenses, investing her money instead in index funds and rental properties. 15 years later, Emily retired early with enough passive income to live comfortably for life. Her colleagues? Many are still working, weighed down by debt and regret. If you want to escape the wealth mirage, start by redefining what wealth means to you. Here are 3 steps to begin. 1. Detach from external validation. Recognize that true wealth is about freedom and security, not approval from others. 2. Audit your spending. Look at where your money is going. Are you spending to impress others or to align with your goals? 3. Prioritize investments over appearances. Shift your focus from buying things to buying freedom. Every dollar saved or invested moves you closer to financial independence. The Wealth Mirage isn't just about money, it's also about mindset. Many fall into the trap of believing success equals visible affluence. They assume that without outward signs of wealth, they'll be seen as failures. More is better. They think happiness lies in acquiring more cars, more clothes, more gadgets, now over later. They prioritize short-term gratification over long-term stability. But the quietly wealthy know better. They understand that sacrificing short-term wants for long-term gains is the true path to freedom. Choosing stealth wealth isn't easy. It means resisting societal pressures, tuning out the noise of social media, and redefining success on your own terms. But it's also incredibly liberating. You no longer feel the need to impress others because your sense of worth comes from within, and from the knowledge that your financial future is secure. Take inspiration from people like Emily. Instead of being swayed by trends or opinions, she focused on her goals. Her story proves that by stepping away from the wealth mirage, you can build a life of true prosperity and peace. Ask yourself, am I chasing the mirage of wealth, or am I quietly building a foundation for financial freedom? If your answer is the former, it's time to shift your perspective. Stop chasing shadows and start building a brighter, more secure future, one that doesn't rely on appearances. Chapter 3. The Power of Quiet Discipline. In 1978, a janitor named Ronald Reed passed away in a small town in Vermont. His modest lifestyle gave no hint of what came next. When the news broke that Ronald had quietly amassed an $8 million fortune through decades of disciplined investing, the world was stunned. He didn't win the lottery, inherit wealth, or own a lucrative business. His secret: quiet discipline. The quietly wealthy share one unshakable trait: discipline. It's not glamorous. It doesn't get attention. But discipline is the invisible force that transforms small, consistent actions into extraordinary results. Discipline is why Ronald Reed, who clipped coupons and drove a used car, left a multi-million-dollar estate, while others with far higher incomes struggled to stay afloat. It's also why some people retire early and others work until the day they die. Quiet discipline operates in two key areas. 1. Spending. Knowing when to say no to unnecessary expenses, even when you can afford them. 2. Saving and investing. Building wealth through consistency, not grand gestures. Think of wealth building as planting a garden. Each dollar is a seed. The more seeds you plant, the more your garden grows. But here's the key: consistency. Skipping 1 week of watering or weeding can undo months of progress. Similarly, financial discipline relies on small, repeated actions over time. Let's look at an example. A 30-year-old saves $500 a month in an index fund with a 7% annual return. By age 60, they'll have nearly $600,000. Meanwhile, their friend spends $500 a month on dining out and luxury items. At age 60, they have memories of expensive meals, but no financial safety net. The difference isn't income, it's discipline. In a culture of instant gratification, discipline feels unnatural. We're surrounded by messages encouraging us to spend, indulge, and live for the moment. Credit card companies, influencers, and advertisers profit from our impulses. Breaking free from this cycle requires a mindset shift. It means delaying gratification, saying no to small, fleeting pleasures so you can say yes to life-changing opportunities later, prioritizing future freedom over present comfort. Understanding that every dollar saved today is a step toward financial independence. Discipline isn't about willpower, it's about habits. The quietly wealthy automate their good habits and remove temptations. Here's how. 1. Automate savings and investments. Set up direct deposits into savings and investment accounts. If you never see the money, you won't miss it. 2. Track your spending. Use budgeting tools to monitor your habits and identify areas to cut back. 3. Celebrate small wins. Each milestone, whether it's saving your first $1,000 or paying off a debt, is worth celebrating. These moments reinforce the habit loop. When you practice quiet discipline, the rewards multiply over time. You build security. A strong financial foundation shields you from life's uncertainties. Gain freedom. The ability to retire early, pursue passions, or support loved ones becomes a reality. Avoid regret. You'll never look back and wonder where your money went or why you didn't prepare for the future. Ronald Read didn't achieve wealth by accident. He stuck to simple, disciplined habits over decades. He didn't need to flaunt his success, his life and legacy spoke volumes. Start small. This week, commit to one act of quiet discipline. Maybe it's skipping an unnecessary purchase or setting up an automated savings transfer. Then do it again. And again. Over time, these small acts will grow into a fortune and a mindset more powerful than you can imagine. Remember, wealth isn't built overnight. It's built over years of quiet, disciplined actions that compound into something extraordinary. Ask yourself, what seeds can you plant today to grow your wealth tomorrow? Share your first act of quiet discipline in the comments or reflect privately on how you can start shifting your habits. Chapter 4. Money Machines. Passive Income Secrets. Imagine waking up each morning and knowing your bills are already paid. Not because you worked overtime last week or received a bonus, but because your money worked for you while you slept. This is the power of passive income, a concept that turns your financial freedom from a distant dream into a predictable reality. For many, income means trading time for money. Whether you're working a 9-to-5, running a business, or hustling on the side, you're exchanging hours for dollars. The problem? Time is finite. No matter how hard you work, there's a limit to how much you can earn. Passive income breaks this barrier. It's money that flows into your bank account with minimal ongoing effort, giving you the ultimate luxury, freedom. With enough passive income, you can quit a job you dislike, spend more time with family and friends, focus on passions, hobbies, or travel. Secure your financial future without stress. There are countless ways to build passive income streams, but the quietly wealthy focus on strategies that are reliable, sustainable, and low profile. Here are some of the best options. 1. Dividend stocks. Invest in companies that pay consistent dividends, providing you with regular income while your investments grow in value. Example: if you invest $200,000 in a portfolio yielding 4%, you'll earn $8,000 annually without lifting a finger. 2. Real estate rentals. Purchase properties and rent them out for a steady income. With the right tenants and management, this can become a powerful wealth generator. Pro tip: start with one property and reinvest profits into acquiring more. 3. Online assets. Create digital products, such as ebooks, courses, or apps, that generate ongoing revenue. Example: a simple online course that costs $50 can earn thousands over time, if marketed well. 4. Peer-to-peer lending. Platforms like Lending Club let you lend money to others in exchange for interest payments. 5. Royalties. Earn income from creative works, such as music, books, or patents. 6. Automated businesses. Build systems like drop shipping or affiliate marketing sites that generate income with minimal maintenance. Many people hesitate to pursue passive income because they believe they need a large initial investment, but stealth wealth thrives on starting small and scaling over time. Here's how. Step 1. Save aggressively. Funnel a portion of your earnings into an account designated for passive income investments. Step 2. Research. Learn about different strategies and choose one that fits your skills, interests, and resources. Step 3. Start small. Whether it's buying a single stock or renting out a spare room, begin with what you have. Step 4. Reinvest. Use the returns from your first investments to build larger, more diversified streams. The magic of passive income lies in its ability to compound. Each income stream you build adds to your financial foundation, creating a snowball effect. Your first dividend check might be $50. Your first rental property might bring in $200 per month. Over time, these streams grow, merge, and multiply until they cover your expenses, and then some. By staying disciplined and reinvesting returns, your small streams of income can become rivers of financial freedom. Let's debunk some common myths that discourage people from pursuing passive income. 1. It's only for the rich. False. Many passive income streams require minimal initial investment. 2. It's easy. False. While passive income reduces ongoing effort, building it often requires hard work up front. 3. It's too risky. False. With proper research and diversification, passive income streams can be low risk and highly rewarding. Take inspiration from people like Jessica, a school teacher who quietly built passive income streams. Starting with just $5,000 in savings, she invested in dividend stocks and wrote an e-book about classroom management. Within 5 years, her passive income surpassed her teaching salary, allowing her to retire early and pursue her passion for travel. Jessica didn't need to shout about her wealth. She let her money do the talking. Passive income aligns perfectly with the principles of stealth wealth. It avoids visibility. Income streams like dividends or royalties don't attract attention. Increases freedom. The less time you spend chasing money, the more time you have to live life on your terms. Supports longevity. Passive income streams can provide financial stability for decades, even generations. What's your first step toward building a money machine? Choose one strategy, whether it's researching dividend stocks, brainstorming a digital product, or exploring rental properties, and commit to taking action this week. Remember, every small step compounds into extraordinary results. Chapter 5. Invisible Investments. In the 1990s, Warren Buffett bought 43 million shares of Coca-Cola. What most people don't know is that this investment quietly earns him more than $650 million in dividends each year. Buffett isn't buying yachts or private islands with this money. Instead, he reinvests it, multiplying his wealth without ever drawing attention to himself. The secret of invisible investments isn't about hiding your wealth, it's about growing it steadily, securely, and without fanfare. The world loves a flashy investor, the high-stakes gambler who bets it all on the next big thing. But the quietly wealthy take a different approach. They invest in assets that work silently, compounding over time, and avoid drawing attention or unnecessary risk. Invisible investments aren't just about financial returns. They're about building a fortress around your wealth, ensuring stability and growth for years to come. If you want to grow your wealth discreetly, focus on investments that are low risk, high impact, and low profile. Here are some of the most effective strategies. 1. Index funds. These low-cost, diversified funds track the performance of major markets like the S&P 500. They're simple, effective, and favored by experts like Buffett himself. Pro tip: consistently investing in index funds over decades can outperform most high-risk strategies. 2. Dividend stocks. Companies with a history of paying consistent dividends are the backbone of many stealth wealth portfolios. They provide regular income and the potential for growth. Example: a $100,000 investment in a 4% dividend stock yields $4,000 annually without lifting a finger. 3. Real estate. Rental properties, REITs, real estate investment trusts, and land purchases offer long-term appreciation and steady income. Pro tip: start with one property and reinvest profits to expand your portfolio. 4. Treasury bonds and I-bonds. Government-backed securities provide steady returns and act as a hedge against inflation. Pro tip: use bonds as a stabilizer in your portfolio to balance higher-risk investments. 5. Alternative assets. Investments in gold, art, or even farmland can act as quiet stores of value that hedge against market volatility. The cornerstone of invisible investments is reinvestment. Instead of spending your dividends or profits, use them to buy more shares, acquire more properties, or invest in additional opportunities. This creates a compounding effect, where your wealth grows exponentially over time. Example: an investor starts with $10,000 in dividend stocks earning 5%. Instead of spending the $500 annual return, they reinvest it. After 20 years, that $10,000 becomes nearly $27,000, without any additional contributions. While invisible investments are simple in theory, many people fall into traps that derail their progress. 1. Chasing trends. Investing in the hot stock of the moment often leads to losses when the market shifts. 2. Over-leveraging. Taking on excessive debt to fund investments can backfire if markets decline. 3. Impatience. Wealth takes time to grow. The quietly wealthy understand that consistent, long-term strategies outperform get-rich-quick schemes. Let's take the story of James, a civil engineer who started investing in index funds in his early 30s. While his colleagues bought new cars and vacationed abroad, James quietly contributed $1,000 a month to his portfolio. By the time he reached 50, James had built a $1.2 million nest egg. He didn't have a high-paying job or an inheritance, just discipline and invisible investments. James didn't need to brag about his success. His actions spoke louder than words, providing him the financial freedom to retire early and live life on his terms. Creating a portfolio of invisible investments doesn't require a six-figure salary or financial expertise. Follow these steps to get started. 1. Set clear goals. Determine what you want your investments to achieve: retirement, a safety net, or generational wealth. 2. Start small. Even $100 a month in an index fund can snowball over time. 3. Diversify. Spread your investments across multiple asset classes to reduce risk. 4. Automate contributions. Set up automatic transfers to your investment accounts to stay consistent. 5. Stay the course. Avoid emotional decisions based on market fluctuations. Invisible investments aren't just about you, they're about the legacy you leave behind. Whether it's providing for your family, funding causes you care about, or simply enjoying financial freedom, the quiet growth of your wealth ensures your impact lasts far beyond your lifetime. What's one invisible investment you can start today? Research index funds, consider a rental property, or explore dividend stocks. Remember, the sooner you begin, the sooner you'll see the compounding power of quiet, disciplined investing. Chapter 6. Protecting Your Kingdom. In 2010, a small business owner named Sam spent decades building his wealth, only to lose half of it in a lawsuit he never saw coming. His mistake: he didn't have the right protections in place. Stories like Sam's are all too common, yet entirely avoidable. Quietly wealthy individuals know that protecting their financial kingdom is as important as building it. Building wealth is only half the battle. Without safeguards, your hard-earned money is vulnerable to legal risks. Lawsuits, creditor claims, and disputes can strip away your assets. Market volatility, sudden downturns in the economy, or poor investment decisions can erode your wealth. Unplanned expenses, medical emergencies, accidents, or family crises can drain your resources if you're unprepared. The quietly wealthy don't just build their kingdom, they fortify it. Their goal is simple: preserve their wealth for the long term, no matter what challenges arise. To shield your financial kingdom, consider these essential strategies. 1. Legal protections. Estate planning. Create a will or trust to ensure your wealth is distributed according to your wishes. Pro tip: a revocable living trust keeps your estate out of probate, saving time and money for your heirs. Asset protection trusts. These legal structures safeguard your assets from creditors or lawsuits. LLCs for investments. Place real estate or business ventures in limited liability companies LLCs to separate personal and business liabilities. 2. Insurance. Health insurance. Prevent medical bills from depleting your savings. Liability insurance. Protect yourself from lawsuits with umbrella liability policies. Example: for a small annual fee you can gain millions in coverage. Disability insurance. Ensure a steady income if you're unable to work. Life insurance. Provide financial security for your family in case of unexpected loss. 3. Diversification. The quietly wealthy understand the importance of not putting all their eggs in one basket. Diversify your assets across investment types: stocks, bonds, real estate, and alternative investments. Geographies. Spread your investments across different regions to mitigate localized risks. Currencies. Holding assets in multiple currencies can protect against inflation or currency devaluation. 4. Emergency funds. Set aside 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in an easily accessible account. This buffer protects you from unexpected setbacks, allowing you to avoid dipping into long-term investments. Protecting wealth isn't just about what you do, it's also about what you avoid. Here are common pitfalls. 1. Neglecting estate planning. Without a will or trust, your estate may be tied up in legal battles for years. 2. Overconfidence. Assuming nothing bad will happen can leave you exposed when it does. 3. Underestimating risks. Believing your wealth is safe without insurance or diversification is a dangerous gamble. Consider the story of Linda, a software engineer who amassed significant wealth through stock options and investments. While her peers spent their bonuses on luxury vacations, Linda focused on fortifying her financial kingdom. She established a revocable trust to manage her estate. She purchased umbrella liability insurance to protect against lawsuits. She diversified her portfolio with real estate, bonds, and foreign investments. When a market downturn hit, Linda's diversified assets cushioned the blow. And when an unexpected medical emergency arose, her insurance covered the costs, preserving her savings. Linda's quiet preparation ensured her financial stability and her peace of mind. Protecting your wealth isn't just a financial strategy, it's an emotional one. Knowing that your assets are secure gives you peace of mind, freedom from constantly worrying about what if, confidence, the ability to make bold decisions without fear of losing everything, control, assurance that your financial legacy will outlive you. Protecting your kingdom doesn't require a fortune or a legal degree. Start small with these steps. 1. Review your insurance. Ensure you have adequate health, liability, and life insurance. 2. Create a will. Take the first step toward estate planning. 3. Diversify investments. Spread your assets across different types to minimize risk. 4. Build an emergency fund. Save at least 3 months' worth of expenses in a liquid account. 5. Consult experts. Work with financial advisors or estate planners to tailor a strategy to your needs. What steps have you taken to protect your financial kingdom? If the answer is none or not enough, start today. Choose one area, whether it's insurance, estate planning, or diversification, and begin building your fortress. Chapter 7. Legacy without spotlight. In a quiet suburban neighborhood, a retired teacher named Eleanor lived modestly, driving a 10-year-old sedan and tending her vegetable garden. When she passed away at 89, her community was shocked to learn she had donated $7 million to scholarships and local charities. Eleanor hadn't just built wealth, she built a legacy. And she did it all without drawing attention to herself. Legacy is the ultimate goal of wealth, not just the money you leave behind but the impact it creates. For some, legacy means providing for their family. For others, it's about giving back to their community or funding causes they care deeply about. But here's the key: the quietly wealthy leave legacies that endure, not ones that shout. In a world obsessed with public recognition, stealth wealth takes a different approach. It's about quietly crafting a legacy that reflects your values, not your ego. A meaningful legacy isn't about the size of the fortune you leave, it's about the intentionality behind it. The quietly wealthy focus on impact over image, prioritizing actions that create lasting change rather than fleeting admiration. Sustainability, structuring their wealth to benefit future generations or causes over the long term. Values-driven choices, aligning their legacy with personal beliefs and passions. Here are 4 powerful strategies to craft a lasting legacy, quietly, without the spotlight. 1. Family first. Start by teaching financial literacy. Share the principles of stealth wealth with your children or loved ones, empowering them with the skills to build, manage, and protect their own financial futures. By passing down your knowledge, you're not just leaving wealth, you're leaving wisdom. Example: instead of giving large sums of money outright, consider setting up trusts with specific goals such as funding education or starting a business. Create traditions. Establish family rituals that reflect your values, such as charitable giving or annual discussions about financial planning. 2. Charitable giving. Donor-advised funds (DAFs). These accounts let you donate anonymously, ensuring your generosity doesn't attract unwanted attention. Silent support. Contribute to causes quietly, focusing on the impact rather than recognition. For example, Eleanor, the retired teacher, worked with her local foundation to set up anonymous scholarships for underprivileged students. 3. Generational wealth planning. Trusts and estate plans. Create structures to ensure your wealth is passed on responsibly and efficiently. Pro tip: use a dynasty trust to provide for multiple generations without burdening them with excessive tax liabilities. Empower the next generation. Provide tools and education, rather than just money, to encourage independence and accountability. 4. Philanthropic investments. Socially responsible investing. Invest in companies or projects that align with your values, such as renewable energy or education initiatives. Impact funds. Use your investments to support causes that matter while earning financial returns. Consider David, a retired doctor who quietly amassed a fortune through disciplined investing. Instead of leaving it all to his children, he set up a trust that funded scholarships for aspiring medical students from underserved communities. David's children were given smaller, manageable inheritances along with financial education, ensuring they could build their own paths. David's legacy wasn't just his wealth, it was the lives he changed and the values he instilled in his family. And he did it all without seeking public recognition. While stealth wealth emphasizes discretion, transparency is crucial within your inner circle. Ensure your family or trusted advisors understand your intentions to avoid confusion or conflict later. Here's how. Write a legacy letter. Share your values, goals, and vision for the impact you want to create. Communicate your plan. Discuss your estate plan and philanthropic goals with key individuals to align expectations. Leaving a legacy isn't without challenges. Here's what to watch for. 1. Overindulgence. Giving too much to heirs can breed entitlement or dependency. 2. Lack of planning. Failing to structure your estate can lead to unnecessary taxes, legal battles, or misuse of funds. 3. Neglecting values. Wealth without purpose often leads to waste or conflict among heirs. A quiet legacy isn't about anonymity for its own sake, it's about focusing on the impact rather than the accolades. The quietly wealthy know that a legacy rooted in humility, intentionality, and values endures far longer than one built for show. Eleanor didn't need a grand gesture or public recognition to make a difference. Her quiet generosity changed lives, proving that true wealth isn't measured by what others see, it's measured by the difference you make. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Take a moment to reflect on your values and the impact you want to create. Write down one step you can take today, whether it's teaching financial principles to a loved one, setting up a will, or making a small charitable donation. Remember, legacies are built one quiet step at a time. Chapter 8. Freedom and Silence. Imagine standing at the edge of a serene forest. Hidden within its depths is a treasure chest filled with everything you've ever dreamed of: freedom, peace, and security. Most people crash through the trees noisily, attracting attention and leaving chaos in their wake. But those who walk quietly and deliberately reach the treasure unnoticed, ready to enjoy its rewards in peace. This is the essence of stealth wealth, finding freedom in silence and control over your life without the distractions of external validation or societal expectations. For many, freedom conjures images of luxury, sprawling mansions, private jets, and endless vacations. But true freedom isn't about what you have, it's about what you control. The quietly wealthy know that freedom means 1. Control over time. The ability to work because you want to, not because you have to. 2. Peace of mind. Knowing your financial future is secure, no matter what challenges arise. 3. Living authentically. Making choices based on your values, not societal pressures. True freedom isn't loud, it's calm, steady, and deeply personal. Stealth wealth creates a foundation for freedom through these 4 pillars. 1. Financial independence. Achieving financial independence means your investments and income streams can sustain your lifestyle without active work. This doesn't mean you stop working, it means you have the choice. Action step. Calculate your freedom number, the amount you need to live comfortably without working. Build a plan to reach it. 2. Minimalism. Quiet wealth thrives on simplicity. Minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about focusing on what truly matters. By decluttering your finances, possessions, and obligations, you free yourself from unnecessary burdens. Example. John, a software developer, downsized his home and reduced his expenses. With his modest lifestyle, he reached financial independence years ahead of schedule. Action step. Audit your life. Identify and eliminate expenses or obligations that don't align with your values. 3. Personal fulfillment. Stealth wealth isn't just about financial freedom, it's about creating a life of purpose and joy. Whether it's traveling, volunteering, or mastering a skill, quiet wealth gives you the resources and time to pursue what makes you happy. Action step. Write down 3 passions or goals you've put off. Commit to making progress on one this month. 4. Legacy of impact. As explored in the previous chapter, freedom includes the power to leave a meaningful legacy, quietly impacting others, whether through financial support, mentorship, or acts of kindness, amplifies your sense of purpose. Action step. Identify one way to give back that aligns with your values and resources. Consider Marie, an artist who built wealth through real estate and dividend investing. Instead of chasing recognition or material goods, Marie used her freedom to explore her passion for painting. Her art wasn't about selling or impressing others, it was about expressing herself. Marie's story reminds us that the ultimate reward of wealth isn't things, it's the life you get to live. Even on the path to freedom, it's easy to fall into traps. 1. Lifestyle inflation. As income grows, so do expenses, making financial independence harder to achieve. 2. Comparison. Measuring success against others robs you of joy and focus. 3. Overcommitment. Filling your life with obligations defeats the purpose of freedom. The quietly wealthy understand that freedom is about choices, not adding more but choosing better. Stealth wealth isn't about sacrificing enjoyment, it's about amplifying it. By living quietly, you eliminate stress, distractions, and the need for validation. What's left is pure joy, financial stability, personal fulfillment, and a life aligned with your values. When you embrace the principles of stealth wealth, you unlock the power to live on your terms, make decisions based on what you value, not what others expect, enjoy true peace, let go of the pressure to compete or conform, experience quiet confidence. Walk through life knowing you're in control, even if no one else knows it. The journey to freedom begins with a single step. What will yours be? Reflect on the 4 pillars of quiet freedom. Choose one area, whether it's financial independence, minimalism, personal fulfillment, or legacy, and commit to taking action today. Remember, the treasure of freedom isn't found in noise, it's found in silence. Final words. True wealth isn't measured by the cars in your driveway, the size of your house, or the followers on your social media. It's measured by the freedom, security, and fulfillment you create quietly, on your own terms. Stealth wealth is more than a strategy, it's a way of life. It's about living with intention, building a fortress of financial security, and focusing on what truly matters. As you step forward from here, remember this: the loudest success is fleeting, but quiet freedom lasts a lifetime. The journey is yours to take, brick by brick, decision by decision, day by day. Live intentionally, build silently, thrive endlessly. Now, it's time to create your legacy of quiet power. Here's to your stealthiest and most fulfilling life yet. Take care and be well.